Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel EduSite. I hope you all are fit and fine at your homes. If you are finding these videos beneficial and informative, then do like these videos and share also with your friends. So in the previous video, we discussed the topic ratio. I hope you all know that what is a ratio and how to simplify it. Now we will move on to next related topic, that is proportion. See, I am explaining this concept with an example. Okay, take a situation. Suppose a situation that Neha purchased 6 pens at rupees 8 each. Means one pen is of rupees 8 and Neha purchased 6 pens, right? And her friend Tanya purchased 10 pens at 8 rupees each. Same one pen is of 8 rupees and she purchased 10 pens at all. Okay. Now how can I find the total cost of 6 pens purchased by Neha? I can find by multiplying 6 with 8, right? One pen is of 8 rupees and 6 pens will be of 6 multiplied by 8 rupees 48. In similar way, cost of 10 pens will be 10 multiplied by 8, right? One pen is of 8 rupees, so 10 pens, cost of 10 pens will be 10 multiplied by 8. It is equal to 80. Now total cost of 6 pen is 48 rupees and total cost of 10 pens is 80 rupees. Now if I find the ratio of number of pens, ratio of number of pens, see in ratio both antecedent and consequent, means the first number and the second number should have same units. That is, I have taken here number of pens. So number of pens purchased by Neha is 6 and ratio, I am writing here ratio, then number of pens purchased by Neha is 10. So 6 ratio 10 will be the ratio. And how can I simplify it? It will be 6 upon 10. I can write it in division form. I can write it in fraction form, right? 6 upon 10. And then I can do cutting. In table of 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. It means 3 upon 5. That means the ratio will be 3 ratio 5. It is the ratio of number of pens, right? If I find now the ratio of total cost of pens, the cost of 6 pens is 48 and cost of 10 pens is 80 rupees, right? And I am finding here now ratio of cost of pens, right? First of all, I will write the cost of 6 pens, that is 48, and then the cost of 10 pens, that is 80. That is the total cost of 6 pens and 10 pens, right? I am writing here in ratio. If I solve it now, 48 upon 80, right? It will go in table of 2. You can do cutting with any table. 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8 and 0. Right? Now in table of 8, right? 8 3s are 24 and 8 5s are 40. So again 3 upon 5 is there. It means 3 ratio 5. Now can you observe these two ratios? Sorry, it is a ratio sign. These two ratios are same, right? These are same, or I can say equal. You are observing, right? Ratio of number of pens is same as or is equal to the ratio of cost of pens, that is 3 ratio 5, right? So we are having the definition of proportion as a statement of equality of ratios is called proportion, and the symbol used to denote proportion is double colon. In ratio it is single and in proportion it is double. And we are having 4 numbers, 6, 10, 48, 80. And with proportion sign, how can I write these 4 numbers in proportion? I can write as 6 ratio 10, then proportion sign, and 48 ratio 80. That means 6, 10, 48, 80 are in proportion. And we read it as 6:10 is same as 48:80. So we are having four numbers 6, 10, 48, 80 which are in proportion, right? And these numbers are called the terms of the proportion. Okay? It is the first term, it is second, here is third term, and last it is the fourth term. The middle terms, second term and third term, the middle ones are called the means. And first term and fourth term, that is the leftmost and rightmost terms, are called the extremes. Now question will come in the form to find whether the four numbers are in proportion or not. Okay, I am taking the same example. So we are having a method. We will find the product of extremes and product of means. That means we will find the multiplication product of extremes means first term and fourth term in multiplication 6 and 80. That means 480. And product of means is the middle two terms in multiplication 10 multiplied by 48. It is also 480. Now if these two products, product of extreme and product of means, are equal, then we say that the four numbers are in proportion. These are equal. That means the product of extremes is equal to product of means. Right? Then I say that these four numbers are in proportion. If these are not equal, then we say that the four numbers are not in proportion. Okay? Now next type of question we can have, fill in the box so that four numbers are in proportion. Now there are four numbers and one number is missing. Here third number is missing, third term is missing. We have to find this term, this third term, and these numbers are in proportion. Now it is given that these are in proportion. These are in proportion, right? It is given. So we can write product of means is equal to product of extremes. Extreme. Product of means is the middle two terms in multiplication 132 multiplied by, write it box as it is. You will find out this. Right? And product of means is 33 multiplied by 16, the first and fourth term. Right? So, in order to find this box, I have to shift this number 132 to right side. Right? 132 is in multiplication. In right side, it will be in division. But first of all, let us multiply these two numbers. Right? We will multiply these two numbers first and then we will divide. So, it will be 528, right? And now we will divide. So it will be 528 as it is divided by 132. Now you can do cutting. It will go in table of 4, right? You can apply divisibility rule or you can divide in rough. You can see by dividing in rough work also. 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12. On same table they should be cut. Similarly, by 4, 4 1s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8. Now, 3 say, 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, 3 4s are 12, right? Again, by 11, 11 4s are 44, completely divisible, right? It is 4. So, I am having the missing number is 4, right? This is the answer. Now next we have continued proportion. First of all, understand what is continued proportion. If I say I have, suppose 4 numbers, 3, 9, 9 and 27. These 4 numbers, right? And these four numbers are in proportion. Okay. Have you observed the middle terms, the second and third term are repeated? These are written 2 times here. Then if these four numbers are in proportion, then I can say that 3, 9, 27. That is, this 9 which was repeated 2 times, I have written only 1 time. Then you say that these three numbers, 3, 9, 27 are in continued proportion. Okay, we will discuss an example here to check these three numbers are in continued proportion or not. In the same way, we will discuss, first of all, we will repeat the middle term. That means we will write it as 9, 9. That means 3 as it is. 9 is repeated 2 times. Then last term, fourth term, 27 as it is. Now repeat the same process to check whether these four numbers are in proportion or not. That means we will find out product of extremes. You can find out product of means in first place also. Both are okay. Product of extremes is means first and last term in multiplication, right? And product of extremes, product of means is means the middle term, second and third term, 9 multiply 9. So the product of extreme is 81 and also the product of means is 81. Both these are equal. That means product of extremes is equal to product of means. So I say that these four numbers 3, 9, 9, 27 are in proportion, right? But we have to check whether the three numbers 3, 9, 27 are in proportion or not. So I will write 9 only one time. Now are in 3, 9, 27 are in continued proportion. Okay, in proportion we have four numbers, and for continued proportion the number which was repeated 2 times is written only once. 3 numbers are in continued proportion. I hope you understood all these concepts and examples very well. If you have any query, you can mention in comment box, and you can also email us at eduside3@gmail.com. So bye bye, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning. Thank you.